Hey everyone, it's Alon. It's finally time to break down another big boss, Scar singer Carmelita. She's like the Malenia of Silksong. She's very quick and relentless. The most similar thing about her and Malenia though is that I can fight her all day because it's such a good fight. Full fight without taking damage at the end of the video by the way. Let's break her down. Fighting this boss with a lot of ranged attacks can be a good idea, considering how quick and wide her attacks are. But she has a lot of HP, so relying on tools only gets you so far. And you don't want to fight her too long since you will have very little opportunity to heal in the first place. So what works best for me is actually fighting her head on with minimal distraction on using tools throughout the fight, which let me use Tax and Cogfly so that I can throw these two tools anytime I want without affecting my focus on fighting the boss. Since it's very quick, I don't have a good time using Stride Storm, so it's between Silk Spear and Sharp Dart for me that works best here. I choose Silk Spear because it's easier to use anyway. For passive, it's the usual Fulfillment, Long Claw and Polypouch. I recommend you to go into this fight with full Silk since you will have to beat 3 waves of enemies first. Just use your skill attacks to quickly kill the enemy so you can fight the boss with full HP. Carmelita is very nimble. She will dash a lot throughout the fight, and she can block your attack sometimes when she's not attacking. All of her attacks deal 2 damage, and body contact deals 1 damage. Before I begin explaining her moveset, I'd like to mention that pogoing her may be easy, but staying too long mid-air is not completely safe, since she has jumping and diving attack which can easily hit you mid-air. The first attack is the Spinning Slash. This is her basic short range attack. You'll see it coming when she poses like this. Dashing away is enough to avoid it, but what's unique about this attack in particular is that she usually uses this attack as her quick follow-up from another attack when you're very close to her. You can punish her with 1 or 2 hits right after you avoid this attack. Pogoing her is safe, but remember not to pogo her too many times since she can use her jumping attack quickly. The second attack is the Triple Slash. This attack covers a lot of space, roughly half of the arena. You'll see it coming when she poses like this. You can dash away from her and run a little bit to avoid all of the slashes and then punish her with 1 or 2 hits. But if you don't have much space behind you, then you must jump over and pogo her. I prefer to pogo her on this attack because it's easy to run out of space right after this attack, making you a sitting duck for her next attack. So get comfortable on pogoing her and land at the center of the arena. The next one is the Twin Corpsicles. She will throw 2 Corpsicles, 1 horizontal and 1 diagonally upwards. She usually do this attack when you are far away from her. You can deflect these Corpsicles with your needle, but you can easily avoid this attack by jump over the Corpsicles. If you want to counter this attack, then you need to close the gap to her when she's throwing her weapon. Remember that on her second phase she may throw the Corpsicles twice, which you can see it coming if she spins and poses like this again. The next attack is the aerial Corpsicle throw. She will jump up and throw 2 Corpsicles downward to the left and right. This is more or less the same thing as the normal throw, since you only need to jump over the Corpsicles again. She can do this attack twice as well on her second phase. Also same as the normal throw, you should close the gap to her when she's throwing her weapon to counterattack her with needle or skills. The next attack is the Bone Dive attack. She will jump up and dive towards you, and then summons an eruption of bones from the ground in front of her. This is the attack that makes staying too long in the air and near the wall is very dangerous, since her dive has very wide hitbox, and the bones eruption can easily catch you before you hit the wall. You can dash towards her direction when she jumps up, but the time window to do that is very tight. So I always prefer to stay and jump away a little bit from the initial position as soon as he dives, and then pogo her right away so I can also avoid the bones eruption by jumping up again. This is by far the safest and effective way to punish her at the same time for me. So make sure to always fight at the center of the arena to have more room to escape in either direction. When her HP is about 66%, she will scream which marks her second phase transition. She will unlock a new attack which is the Bone Charge. She will kick the wall behind her and charge towards you and leaves a long trail of bone eruption. You can avoid the whole attack by jumping very high and wait for the bones to disappear, but remember that she will go to the next step very quickly. So the best way to deal with this attack is by pogoing her head as she charges towards you, and then double jump and safely land at the center of the arena. You can double pogo her as well if you want, but only to pogo at max because she will attack you again immediately. And that was all of her moveset. She has third phase after she screams for the second time, which makes her attacks at faster pace. But as long as you keep up with her speed, then you'll be fine. There is no unique strategy in this fight for me. I choose stacks and Pogfights exactly to help me focus more with the boss, since I can throw these tools whenever I have the chance. This is the type of boss that requires your full attention considering her speed and relentlessness. Even using skill attacks requires the right timing since you still can avoid them easily. As I said, she's like the Malenia of Silksong, so you need to fight her as best as you can. By the way, I have Malenia fight hitless as well, you can check it out in my channel. Now then, here is your dessert, the full fight showcase. I'll be breaking down every single boss in this game one by one, so if you want to follow along, make sure to subscribe for the next guide. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button as well. Thanks for watching.